My best piece of advice is my philosophy, which is turn every single meeting into another meeting. So if you meet somebody new, they're gonna know somebody new to you that might be somewhat interested. And even if they're not interested, they can at least refer you to one other person. Mm-hmm. And by doing that every single time, you just expand your network infinitely.
Not get fixated on perfection. I had said earlier that it took me 2 years to start the blog. Even after I had bought the URL, come up with the name, the whole thing. And that's because I was so fixated on it being the perfect website, the perfect time. And I'd be not in New York anymore. I'd be like, everything had to be the way I needed it to be to do it. And it's never gonna be that way.
I would say that the most important thing to always remember is to be brave, because if you have something that you know can be great or that you believe in, the only thing that's standing in your way is you. And if you won't do it, guess what? Somebody else will. Mm-hmm. So having that bravery and having that confidence and knowing that you can do anything that you set your mind to, that sounds so stupid, but really a lot of people aren't brave. And you have to be in order to just live and be in this world.
I go for my dreams and just do it no matter what. Both my parents just have totally believed in me, and you know, ever since I was a kid, I broke my arm when I was like 6 years old, and I wouldn't let anyone help me tie my shoes because I was like, I will do this myself. And I was raised with parents who were just like, okay, sure, you can do you can do it, you can do anything yourself. So I believed them. So that's always been a huge influence for me.
You know, follow your instincts. It's kind of a general thing to say, but generally, you know, we get a lot of advice from people, and a lot of it's good advice, but a lot of times you really got to just stick with what you actually know is right or believe in. Because, you know, when it comes down to it, a lot of people, you know, everyone wants to have their say in what you're doing, but you really got to just stay strong and, you know, stick to what you believe in and go from there. That's my biggest.
I'll piggyback on that and just say there's a happy medium where, you know, we're three 25-year-olds starting a company, and we're in these big corporate meetings, and we're dealing with lawyers and all this crazy stuff. So taking advice from people who have been there, you know, we don't know what we don't know. So taking advice from people who have been there is really important, but there's definitely that fine line where, okay, this is our idea, we have this vision, and we really have an idea of where we want to go with it. Let's stick to what we're doing, let's go with it. The three of us really believe in each other, we trust each other. And so there's that medium where we want to take that outside input, and we want to take our opinions and really merge it together and then go full force ahead from there.
Find something that you're, at the end of the day, extremely, extremely passionate about, and you see a problem, and then tell everyone about it and start trying to figure it out. The interesting thing about Second Glass is we started with the goal of helping young people learn about wine, and you know, I think from one perspective you could look at it as we started a print publication that failed. We did an email that failed. We did smaller events those failed. But really they didn't fail, it just those weren't kind of the end revenue maker or the end thing that had longevity. And so I think when you're really passionate about a problem and then you just keep trying to hack away at an answer, you might not find it at first and it might be frustrating, but you're starting to build relationships with people in that industry, and eventually you will find the answer.
My words of wisdom to anybody attempting to do this or create in any artistic way is to do it. It's just to do it. Don't make excuses about not being able to, or not having the right time, or the money, or any of those things. Life's too short to not do something. And my words of wisdom to every great experience in my life, or create in any artistic way, is to do it. It's just to do it. Don't make excuses about
be in it for the long haul,
not being
and make sure it's something you're really passionate
about.
And it's not just to create something to make money. It's like, no, it's like create something that you really feel passionate about.
And not to be like cliche, but it kind of goes back to the difference between do you want to be a celebrity or do you have passion for what you're doing?
Exactly.
And that's always true. A lot of people will kind of go, oh, well, DIY videos are so big on YouTube, so I'm going to create a DIY channel, but you don't really know how to make anything. Well, guess what? You're probably not going to keep making those videos.
Right.
I should never do DIY. I'm a mess. I can't build anything.
The only thing we can do is make vision boards.
Yeah, but I'm like, you know, people, they get caught up on trends, and at the end of the day, you need to stay true to you need to stay true to what you're passionate about, because that's what, longevity-wise, what you will keep doing. So don't try to just become something that you're not for celebrity, because that'll fade very quickly.
It is what you make it. Every day is what you make it. So you can go out and be a part of things, or you can sit home and read a book, and both of those are valuable depending on what you need. But at the end of the day, we're lucky to live in a society where we have control over our paths. So it is what you make it. You go out and you say, I want this, I don't want that, I want to be a part of things, or this isn't for me.